So kind of on a similar plane of like therapy or whatever, have y'all ever been considered or do y'all know someone that you might consider the strong friend? 'Cause I've heard some people deal with that saying like check up on your strong friend. That's an expression. And then, you know, I'll kind of start with like, you know, my mom is kind of considered the strong friend in her circles, whatever. And recent things going on with some of her friends, whatever. And they you know, I'm glad we got you because you da 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 da. And she was like, bitch, like, all right, like, okay, all right, okay, I get that I cannot do a lot, but like, you know, so I feel that's like a weird thing where the strong friend could be easily identifiable as a strong friend, but then they also wear and carry the most as well. Like, what are your thoughts on that?
I think it depends on the person, like, because I'll tie in on one of the key points when she was just speaking to feeling like she had to go through what she had to go through to be able to help people. Mm-hmm. So I do feel like some of us are called in different ways because, like, I always experience something first, and then right after I experience it, it's time to talk about it. Mm-hmm. So it got to a point where I got to became conscious and realizing the cycle. Mm-hmm. Like, soon as I'm going through some bullshit, that's why I'm so transparent on my platform. I talk about my evictions, I talk about breakups, being cheated on, cheating, you know, whatever I'm going through, because I already know that this is not even about me or for me. Yep. This is for someone who needs the roadmap to, because what we talked about earlier was like, you know, we're not just going to have conversations that laying hair on the problem. Is like, nah, this is the framework, this is the roadmap, these are the guidelines that I use because I actually applied these things, and this is how I got here, versus it just being like I'm just complaining about some shit I went through over and over and over. Mm-hmm. So when you think about being a strong friend, it's like I accepted the fact that when I go through things, it might not even be for y'all to learn, but somebody out here can learn and benefit from. So I accepted that, and I also know that I'm somebody that people come to talk to get perspective, to get advice. So, you know, within that, I had to create parameters or boundaries of like, okay, these are the hours that, and I'll even start telling people when I'm drinking, like, yo, I ain't, like, I don't have the capacity to take this on, right? So if you are the strong friend, I would like to say to you directly, like, you have to have boundaries, because it's not that the people who are around you don't have boundaries, it's that they are assuming that you have the capacity to endure whatever it is that they're about to unload because you've done it for so long. But as someone who is the person that people come to, it can get to a point where you're like, yo, look, I need a day. But you have to be intentional about that, and I don't want you being mad at or feeling like people are taking advantage of you because you're failing to set boundaries. Another thing, and that's just really my perspective on it, is like, if that strong friend is doing it because they feel guilty, because sometimes the strong friend just answer the phone because they feel like they can't miss a call because this is my role. So I don't have to accept that role every day. It's all in if I have it. Like, I'm not going to pour while I'm drinking. You know what I mean? So that's just my take on it.
Heavy on the boundaries, because I am the strong friend. But like you said, just knowing like your calling, and you know, like what I'm here for, my purpose, you know, like I'm okay with, you know, my friends reaching out and I'm praying, I'm doing this, I'm showing up, I'm going to be there regardless. But like you said, just knowing those boundaries, because it does get, like, you get to a point where you get drained. And like these last few years for myself, I've been learning to set real boundaries and being like okay with it, because I'm like, I can't be burnt out. Like, I want to do, you know, these things. I want to help people. I want to be able to answer the phone when my friends call. I want to show up. I want to pray. I want to do all of those things, but I can't pour from an empty cup. Like, if I'm not okay, then how can I, you know, help others? So Absolutely. Like, just knowing, just having those boundaries is extremely important with being a strong friend. So I agree.
That's very interesting. Yeah, I got like a different side to the conversation where, so me and my friend, we kind of had these conversations where like we have a lot of the same mutual friends, and our same friends will go to us for different reasons. And I'm not the type of person where I like judge people and just shut the fuck up and like type thing, whatever. However, I feel like I'm the type of person where I can easily compartmentalize people in conversation. So like I only have like a couple friends where like we can talk about anything, and it's not because I deem it that way. It's kind of how relationships and conversations have unfolded over time. So we talk about everything, serious, real, whatever type thing, whatever. And other friends, I got one friend who may only talk about basketball, and that's the framework of our conversation. But my other friend, he kind of has some type of energy or where people go to him for just things in general, whatever. But he also tends to butt heads with them because they just have argumentative conversations and hold them accountable, where me, I never argue with them because it's like that, whatever. So I find it interesting where that also I'm the type of person, I believe in everything I was saying, definitely about the boundaries and parameters. I tell my mom all the time, I feel like she often gets herself in frustrating situations because she's just such a great person and friend and supporter and loved one that she don't go to 10 for anybody she got love for. No matter what. It don't matter. Where me, I'm only going to go to 10 for you if you a 10 person. If I think you will go to 10 for me to protect my peace and my energy, whatever. So, and I don't mean if you go to 7, you a bad person, you a bad friend. You just don't have that bandwidth. So I'm gonna protect myself where like I'm gonna meet you at 7. And if you ever need a 10, I may got you, but maybe not though, because I know you're not capable of doing that with me, whatever. And I don't mean you a bad friend, you just that level. My mom, she gonna always go to 10 for some 5-ass bitches, some 6s, some 7s, some 8s, and then be mad when these bitches don't hit 10 with her. It's like,
damn, I need to get like you because I think I'm like your mom.
No, so this is the thing though, right?
I protect your peace. Like,
So I understand wholeheartedly where I add to the conversation in that regard is I started looking at it like I don't even expect me out of people. Like I accepted that I'm rare, and I just be like when I think about reciprocity, right? Because that's what it sounds like you speaking to. I look at it, but beyond the surface, right? I don't look at reciprocity as like I'm gonna do for you what you do for me. I more so look at it like some people are not even capable of doing for me what I'm able to do for them, and I'm gonna charge it to the game. Now, what I say to your mom point of view, as far as then like going all the way for people that ain't even coming halfway. If you can't go, and I say this to my mom, if you can't accept that they not going to come the other way, then I wouldn't. Then I'm on what you on because you got to be able to do what you can live with.
Right.
Like if it's going to cause you more pain and peace to go 10 for somebody that you know ain't going to go 10 for you, then say yourself to 5 and just meet them where they at. But if you got 10 to give, you know what I mean, then give what you got because you'll get reimbursed by God. Like for instance, real quick, if you walking down the street, right, and you see somebody homeless and you see him, you just want to give him some money, you only got a $20 bill, you give him that 20, you're not going to come back the next day and be like, yo, let me get that dub back. Because you feel like you just did a good act that helped somebody that needed it more than you did, and it was something that you probably was going to spend on coffee, gas, or whatever your pleasures are, you know what I mean? And but if it's a friend and you might loan them $50, you ain't looking at it in the sense of, I'm not going to get, it's like, if I don't get this back, you ain't my friend no more. And for me, I had to learn that I only loan money that I don't want back.
that you can afford to lose.
Yeah, it's like, all right, like somebody might be like, yo, man, I need $100, but I might only got 60. Like, I got 60. I'm not even expecting it back. You give me my 60 back, we cool. Now, there's a difference because I always say, like, if I go into my savings, like, say if I catch you in a jam and it's like, yo, damn, bro, I need 500 real quick, but I got to snatch just out of something. Like, it was for my rent or something, you know what I mean? Or it was just, and I'm only saying 500 for the sake of the conversation. And it's like, now you don't give me the back. Now that's like, damn, because I actually went in a sacred place and pulled this money from, and now I'm expecting that back because this wasn't even touchable. But if it's just money that I have to give, and that's how I look at my energy, like I'm not giving you energy I don't have. Like not my kids, not my girl, not my mom. Nobody is getting energy out of me that I don't have because I don't want to end up feeling like that, drained and overused.